Good morning, everyone. Well, it sure is cloudy out here today. Yeah, I mean, it's dark for 9 o'clock in the morning. Aaron is off the coast, and, you know, it's been more breezy here this morning than normal for August. It was more like end of September into October breeziness, you know, as the cold fall air comes in, that kind of breeze. But nothing, obviously nothing serious here. We really skirted a serious storm this time. I'm so relieved. Hi, Stripe. He goes, I heard you talking, Mom. I come to see you. Can I sneak some of that dry chow before the squirrel eats it? I am meeting Michelle to shop at Guardian Angel and looking forward to that. You know, I had the 2 major blood panels back while I sat in the doctor's office yesterday, and everything was in the green. But I got the cancer marker, I think it's CA2729 for breast cancer, back, came in overnight, and it was in the green also. It had trended a little higher than it has, but it was normal. It was normal. Dr. Hardyhead really wants to stop running that test. But she has continued to run it. But anyway, it was in the green, so I'm done, and more done. And the spot on my arm, this big red blob, it still hurts a lot, but it looks better than yesterday. I think my wrist is less swollen too, down, even though the wrist isn't where the blotch is. The swelling from the blotch was in that area anyway. Dawn says it looks better, so, and I agree, it looks better. It's just not, you know, gone. I would have liked it if it was gone this morning. Good morning, Gray. Hi. Hello. Hi, sweet girl. Here's your food. Hi, honey. Come here. Good girl. There's Morris, sleeping and waiting. Marty's up in the tall chair. Of course, he already ate. I'm sure he'll come over for another lunch. Hi. He did a nice big stretch down there. Hi, bud. Good morning, Morris. Hi. Hi. Good boy. Hi, Mart. Hi, Mart. Yeah, it's a sleepy morning without the sun. The sun is peeking in and out on us while we're walking, which is fine. It keeps the heat down. It's a little more humid today than it was yesterday. Thank goodness for the breeze. We had to walk to the light pole there because the guys showed up with the lawnmowers day 2 in the morning when everybody uses the park to get the grass mowed. I have no clue why they couldn't finish it yesterday. Seems awfully inefficient to me to have to unload those mowers over here twice. And they got 2 guys and they're riding mowers, so it's not that much grass. I mean, I've seen them do it before in a day, so I know it can be done. Anyway, Don was on a conference call and it was loud, so we walked away from the noise. It's a lot of hardware on the inside of the fence. There were some things in the dugout I went in for, and yep, a lot of hardware on the ground left behind. Michelle's on her way and will catch up with me in a few minutes. I'm worried about my packages coming from Amazon today, and well, it's not something you would really pray over, right? But I sort of am really hopeful. You know, a lot of that stuff's headed to Johnny this weekend, and I need it. It's not just casual stuff I could go pick up someplace else easily. So I'm really hopeful they do the right thing today. Well, this is something I hadn't seen in a while. Reminds me a little bit of what we learned to type on in my high school typing class. I got a dryer today. So someone has donated some new shoes to Little Angel, and there's Michelle. Are they the right size? Some of them look like they're like an adult 6 or 7, I think.
I would love to squeeze my big feet into these.
She doesn't have big feet. She's like a size 7 for God's sake.
I think it's 6.
Okay. So they had a 7 and a 7.5, but they were too narrow. They had this black, like, glitter studded ones that she really liked, but they hurt her foot. And that's unusual for you because usually it's me complaining about shoes.
Yeah,
but
it's real narrow.
I saw these at Walmart not long ago. What'd you pay, $4 for it? 3. Wasn't it like 10? Because they go for about 8, but because it was Harry Potter, like Lego, they marked it up. So anyway, Slytherin.
Oh my God, I'm so good.
Oh, I think Jarvis is going to get an upgrade. It's only $8. It's got room to store like stuff, toys or food or whatever inside of it too. Yep. All right. This book is only $1. It's wow. It's basically a picture book encyclopedia. They did not mark it up. I'm just, these books go for a fortune at the book fairs. My kids were all into, and I still have them, these books. Johnny in particular had to have these, read them and reread them, and they're still on the shelf in the purple room. Kind of ready for them to bring out the fall clothes. I just am. There, I said it. Are you finding anything good?
Nope, but I found something for you.
How could I resist, right?
How did you miss this?
I don't know. Yeah.
It's your color.
I think not. It's been, well, somehow we've managed to find 8 things between us, but it's sort of been slim pickings if you want the truth. We're just going around and looking one more time, but check out this vanity. It has a piece of glass cut to go over the top of the wood, and it's totally smooth and at the outline of the, all the curves and stuff. I like the acrylic knobs too. I sure wish they would get in some more plant pots. I keep on looking. I need plant pots. Most of this is, people received a flower arrangement and donated the glass or plastic afterward.
Another great day.
Yeah.
Treasures.
Yeah, we may not have come away with a lot, but we had a great time and we were happy with what we did come away with. We talked with our friends a good bit today. It's lady social hour in there.
It is.
So it's very important. It's not just about what we leave with. But anyway, we'll see you next week. It was a good one.
Same bat time. Same bat place.
Channel. So shortly after I got home, the driveway alert went off, and it was the Amazon driver. And I went out, and the first thing I said to her was, I am so happy to see you. And she was like, and I said, the driver yesterday refused to deliver our packages, called insisting we meet her at the street, and we weren't home, so we couldn't do that, and left with our stuff. Which in this case was Dawn's stuff, so what do we care? It wasn't my stuff. I'm just joking. It was stuff to change the oil in the GMC. It was heavy oil and a oil filter, Fram stuff. So she said that the driver refusing to come down the driveway yesterday had nothing to do with the new thing of they won't go to side doors or backyards. And she said at our house, she totally understands. She goes, no way am I going to the front of the house. I'm going to deliver it over here. And we're okay with the garage door. That's a reasonable thing. And we sure don't want people going around front. She said it's a local Amazon warehouse owner manager thing. Has nothing to do with an Amazon-wide policy. They got a lot of new drivers, and they got a lot of new drivers hitting stuff. And they were basically told, if you can't see the house, don't go to the house. It had nothing to do with safety. It had nothing to do with the other Amazon stuff. It just had to do with they've had a lot of accidents. So first off, she's been to our house before. Second off, she says, I can do a 12-point turn if I need to. I'm not going to leave, not going to not deliver your stuff, et cetera, et cetera. So there's probably going to be hit or miss with the drivers. And every time they don't deliver, I'm going to let them know that I'm dissatisfied. And that's sort of all I can really do for now. But the important thing is this highly critical stuff that I needed for Johnny for this weekend is here. She says she thought one thing was missing. I told you there was over 10 things coming. A lot of it was in one box, but there were at least 3 or 4 loose items. I'll go see what didn't get delivered. She said if she found it while she's still in the vicinity, she'll bring it on back over. And I said, that's all I could ask you to do. So, and I thanked her about 5 times, and Dawn thanked her. And I think we're still going to have trouble, and it's going to be driver dependent. I'm going to kick off my new project. This is obviously a Harry Potter set, Malfoy Manor. It's got 1,600 pieces. It is a very wide, flat front building, the way it was originally designed, with an open back. And you know how I am about open backs. I was just noticing these 2, I'm assuming stickered panels, are kind of cool. Anyway, Brick Artisan took 2 sets and built a modular on a regular base plate. And this is what it looks like. So more or less I'm going to build this. You know, the back side's bothering me a little bit, so we'll see how I leave it in the end. But I think it's pretty cool. There's lots of nice details in the front. Here comes nighttime to assist. There's what it looks like amongst some other half buildings, I guess, because a lot of Brick Artisan stuff has been half buildings. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about building it, and I'm going to start it. I did decide that I will put it on the dark bluish gray plate and not green, because I'm kind of tired of fighting green where there's not green. And I might put some olive green tiles down. We'll see at the end. You know, I'm going to do mostly what Brick Artisan did, and then I'm going to customize it a few ways. But I'm going to kick that off. I got all the parts out of bags. I've done a rough sort by color and part type. Because like this is all the windows and window glass. This is all the minifigures, all the little tiny parts. I got a few bricks put on the base plate, but not a lot. And I'm stopping because I've taken the meatballs out of the oven and we're ready to eat. It's going on 7:30. I'm out here fixing the Tesla app so I can still use my phone key. I tried to do it from the house, but I wasn't close enough to the car. All right, all I had to do was click setup and it just does it automatically. It really, honestly, like most things today, it's not the end of the world. But if you haven't updated the Tesla app and you haven't fixed your phone key, you should do that while you're at home and not trying to get into your car and the pouring down rain, or, you know, someplace away from home on vacation and you can't get back in because your app updated underneath the scenes. The latest Tesla app update undoes the phone key. Honest, it'll be okay. It was a quick fix. And there's a pretty car. And yes, the 3D printer that never stops is over there cranking out more stuff, baby.